Okay guys, so I'm doing part 2 of hypoglycemia, which is not sexy, but it's really about how to keto adapt. It's not about me being in little workout clothing, but it helps you guys understand visually what you can do to your body as you get older, as you get into your 40s and 50s, like I am at 48. I do not refeed on carbohydrates, but let's get right back into the hypoglycemia. I will summarize very quickly. I was talking before about all the freaking wackiness, how hypoglycemia is not a sexy subject to talk about. But I was saying, like, you know, if you're going out to eat lunch with your workmates and then you come back to your desk and then you get fade after your lunch, that's signs of hypoglycemia. You know, if you're having issues with not sleeping at night very well, or waking up in the middle of the night, or waking up tired, then you can't balance your blood sugar. So it's high, it's too low, it's high, it's too low. You have cortisol, you have adrenaline. You have all these systems that work like it's a concert, right? It's a concert. And your concert's janked up, yo. It's messed up. You're not on a homeostatic balance of anything. So before I was mentioning last videos, like fitness competitors and people who've done Atkins and HCG, like people just look at the body aesthetically. They don't understand if you like crack open the body, what's it look like on the inside? Because y'all are ugly on the inside, the ones who look so fantastic on the outside. Now these typically tend to be more like young people because your body is a reflection of what's going on the inside as you get older. Because as you get older, you can't fake that stuff, honey. This is 48. And 48, if I continue to have a blood sugar dysregulation, you would see gluconeogenic effects. My neck muscles would drop. I would get that turkey gobbler. My triceps would be saggy. I would get like just fat right here. It would just, that I couldn't get rid of no matter how much cardio I did. I'd start to get estrogen dominance, and you know, I wouldn't be able to build the old dunker. My body would rob from those areas that I really want to tone. They would just rob, like gluconeogenesis. Let's, you know, eat the muscles and feed the fledgling brain. So before I was explaining about, you know, the precursors to materials that make you feel balanced, like your serotonin and dopamine, and that you're either an adrenaline junkie, right, where, you know, your blood sugar is dropped, and so you flood the bloodstream with adrenaline, and you feel great, and how people who are angry, they get angry because they're freaking depressed. Their serotonin and dopamine is so freaking downregulated that this is stimulating their nervous system, and then they get a bump of serotonin. They feel alive to be angry, They don't even know it. And here we are talking about, oh my God, I'm so slim, and oh my goodness, and we don't even talk about depression. We don't even talk about how anger is a way to feel better. Yes. Biochemically. Our body will start telling our brain what to say and do to create that addictive pattern to the adrenaline. So some of you guys have low adrenaline, sometimes you have too much adrenaline, sometimes you have too low cortisol, sometimes you have too high cortisol, some of you have a gut dysbiosis or leaky gut. A lot of you guys have these things. You know, acid reflux. And I'm like mentioning these things, you know, like they do in commercials and nobody really listens. Like, oh, checkbox, checkbox. Yo, if you check these boxes, you ain't gonna keto adapt. Oh, so listen, they matter. They matter, you guys. Can you keto adapt? Yes. Does it matter what blood type you have to keto adapt? No, so stop asking me that stupid question. Stupid. We are all designed to make ketones and put them into our Krebs cycle and get them into our brain to balance our body and put us in a homeostatic level. Yes. But your blood sugar is dysregulated because you eat carbs and your blood sugar shoots up too high because it's beyond that 1 teaspoon. And then insulin's got to take it out of the bloodstream because when it's too high and it's too much, It damages cells and it can damage your liver and kidneys. You know, that's what diabetics go through. Just saying. People with multiple sclerosis, they start to have issues with the nerve cells and the myelin sheath. People who are type 3 diabetic with Alzheimer's, people who are moody. It's all about how much freaking carbs you eat. And if you're starting to go down on carbs and you go down on fat, you don't have building material. You don't have building material, and then you become, you take out your freaking meat. I'll just say it like that, all right, to slow down the controversy. Now your body doesn't have the BCAAs that it needs for the brain, the iron, the B12, the stuff that keeps you in balance, your fat-soluble vitamins. Can't get that from a little thing of spinach. I'm just saying. Blood sugar dysregulation. If you're just eating plant-sourced foods, you have high carbs. But then you add in a lot of monounsaturated fat, and it doesn't have the right fatty acid profile between saturated, mono, and poly. And then you eat too many nuts, you have too many poly. These little details matter. All of these things that I'm saying matter. So if you want a balanced system, if you don't want polycystic ovarian syndrome, your testosterone's too high, you start to develop male characteristics, you become infertile, or you have diabetes, you start to have a host of issues. Or pre-diabetic, or insulin resistant. Everybody, no matter if they've got cancer or not, when they contact me, they could be like, I've got breast cancer, but how do I get the fat off? And I'm like, whoa. You need to go way down that rabbit hole and figure out how your body became out of whack. So we need to balance our blood sugar. That's like so important. So getting your ass to bed is a solution. Early. Because if you're staying up late, you're producing more cortisol and you're producing more adrenaline. And then you're messing with your tyrosine and the phenylalanine and the tryptophan. And then now you're messing with your freaking dopamine and serotonin. And now you don't feel balanced. And then you get angry, and you get depressed, and there hence goes the same cycle. And all of a sudden, everything starts crapping out on you, and you get sick. You have a gallbladder attack, or you've got, endometriosis, where you've got all this thickening and all this crap growing because of a blood sugar dysregulation. Because you're eating your yogurt, and you're having your rice cakes, and you're having your white rice, or brown rice, or whatever. You think you're being healthy. If you're going to eat sweet potato and do like a paleo diet or, low carbohydrate diet, you got a plan. Because you ain't in ketosis on a low carbohydrate diet. You're in ketosis on a ketogenic, non-BS lifestyle. Not even a diet. So if you're going to do a paleo diet, you better time your carbs perfectly so you don't develop or you can heal from your hypoglycemia. Yes, eating every 2 hours. So you better get your portions of your 100 carbs and eat those 100 carbs throughout the day perfectly to your workouts, to that midday slump, right? That reactive hypoglycemia. Eat something. You get tired? Yeah. Okay. So, yes, hypoglycemia is not a sexy subject. But regulating your blood glucose or using keto to regulate your blood glucose is what makes you get the business. Yes, this is what makes you get the business. Do I care to show the business? Personally, no, I don't give a crap. But